My YouTube channel. Welcome to Growth Acts. So today I'm going to be talking about how to handle rejection in your career. Okay, how to handle rejection in your career, and I'm going to be speaking from my own personal experiences, just to make it more practical for you. Okay, um, I as a 2023 February 2023, there was I was trying to I was applying for jobs, particular types of jobs. Okay, and I experienced a lot of rejection. I applied consistently from February 2023 to till I think December 2023. Okay, I applied consistently, and during my application processes, I was able to realize a lot of things that has to do with rejection in terms of career. So I felt to be nice to share them today. Okay, um, I made a lot of applications in 2023 when I was applying for this particular job. I made over 200 applications and I had a lot of rejections. And most of the time when we look at rejections, we look at rejections as just totally being negative. Yes, I also felt that way because I was I was depressed. I was depressed at the point. I was depressed and at the point I cried. I know that's weird, but I cried. I had to express myself. However, there were some things I did that I also believe they really helped me, and those are the things I want to share today with you guys. Okay, so one of the major things I actually realized was that never take rejection personal. Okay, never take it personal because sometimes it's not about you; they just don't want you. Okay, and sometimes it's also about you. Okay, so when I was applying for jobs, I got quite a number of rejections, and the first thing I did was that I had to um, I had to reflect on their feedback. Okay, so some of them gave me feedbacks, some didn't give me feedback. So for those that actually gave me the feedbacks, okay, so I had to reflect on the feedbacks. And one of one of the feedbacks I actually got was that I was good, but I didn't have enough experience in the field. And what did I do with this feedback? That's the major thing. I had to start working more on myself. Okay, I had to enroll myself in some online courses, and I had to also take some practical classes outside work. I had to develop myself more. That's what I'm trying to say. So I had to reflect on the feedback. So the first thing you have to do is to reflect on the feedback you're getting from them. Okay, you have to reflect on the feedback, and once you reflect on the feedback, you also want to work more on yourself. Okay, work more on yourself. Apart from the feedback, another thing I did was to look at my CV. I had to look at my CV or my supporting information. I also had to compare it very well with what their job specification was. Okay, because I needed to make sure I was doing the right thing. So I had to really, really, reflect on my CV, check it again if it meets their demands. Okay, so that's another thing you might also want to do. And another thing I also did was to speak with friends in the field I was aspiring to be in. Okay, so never take people for granted. So I actually had to reach out to some of my friends that were in the specialty I wanted to work in, and I told them to also um, help me scrutinize my supporting information, to help me scrutinize my CV to see if it was good enough. Okay, so I had about three friends. I don't want to mention them. Okay, both male and female. They've been very good to me. So I had to like reach out to them to help me scrutinize my CV and my supporting information to see if it was good enough. Okay, so whatever career you are in, whatever job you're also looking forward to get, make sure you reach out to like people in that field that can help you, guide you in that area. Okay, so that's another important one. And another important thing I did was to pray. Yeah, so I can't, you can't put away the place of prayer. I had to like pray to God. I had to believe God more. I had to act in faith. Okay, and because faith without work is dead. I usually say that too. I had to put in more work. I had to like pray more. I had to believe God more for what I was expecting. So I did that, and that really also really helped me. So that's another thing. And another thing I would like to say is that when you're trying to deal with rejections, okay, like I said in the first part of this video, don't take it so personal. Okay, so see it as a feedback on things you need to work on, pray more, develop yourself more in that field. And one major thing, one last thing I did was to look at the kind of person they were expecting to recruit for the job. Okay, so I said to myself, what kind of person would these people like to recruit for the job? How can I be that person? How can I make myself the best version of that person? Because I know that I have a lot of people to compete with when applying for this job. So I had to work on myself more. So when you're expecting something, when you are applying for jobs in different spheres of life, different spheres of the career, you also want to be the best version of yourself. Whatever ways you want to develop yourself. And those things will really really help you. So those are ways, those were ways that I actually was able to deal with rejection. And so I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. Thank you very much.